Well, over the course of a century and more, Brazil have played 1,070 international matches against 88 different nations. There is only one nation on earth that they have taken on and never beaten, and that nation is Norway. So this mutual greeting is perhaps infused with a greater historical frisson than most others at the competition. They'll know. Brazil have won the last 8 games they've played at this stage of the World Cup, a sequence that began with a Bebeto goal that knocked out the USA on Independence Day 1994. Norway have lost both games they have previously played in the last 16, both against Italy, both in Marseille, 1938 and 1998. We have an American referee, he's 44-year-old Ismail Elfat. It's his 3rd game of this tournament. At the last World Cup, he oversaw Brazil's shock defeat by Cameroon and went on to be the 4th official for the 2022 final. Today, his VAR is the Nicaraguan Tatiana Guzman. Well, having turned up the wick with his bold half-time changes to avert a crisis in Houston 6 days ago, Carlo Ancelotti reverts to his core starting formation again now. The one enforced changes in midfield. Lucas Paquetá, subbed at half-time against Japan, is not fit. Gabriel Martinelli, match winner, gets his first start of the tournament. Rafinha and Neymar both available now, but both of those are on the bench as Matheus Cunha continues up front. And like Brazil, Norway were nail-bitingly late winners of... And Norway lead in next to no time! Steered in stylishly by Patrick Berg, who looks up and sees a deflating flag.
It was a lovely...
Rearson. Solot makes a yard and wins a corner.
Yeah, and that Norway television audience will be pretty much excited.
Keeper, as Ødegaard lifts it in, he's going to have to do that all over again. And he's got around Ayer, and he's run out of pitch.
Nice little spell though for Brazil there, first to the match. His first.
Belly, Cunha's gone over, and the referee has waved it on.
That's a big call. Not sure how well placed the ref was to make a decision, but of course he's always got the backup of VAR. Christopher Ayer getting their second. It's a stick-on penalty. It is as clear-cut as you are likely to get here.
Christopher Ayer a long way behind the ball. Cunha's fleetness of foot left him a problem he couldn't solve.
Well, don't give it if you're the ref, if you're not sure, and he clearly wasn't. But he will be, I think, once he goes over to that monitor.
Ancelotti demands calm, he personifies calm, he exudes calm. Got across heroically for Norway! What a sharp reaction, what a good guess! What a firm-wristed repelling of the Guimarães. Norwegian free kick.
think it would have been a message in the Brazil dressing room: don't give away unnecessary free kicks.
He chased away from one challenge, but then ran into Casemiro. And now the referee can call a temporary halt. His was the one big... He did score both of his penalties last season for Newcastle in the Premier League. It certainly didn't seem remotely peculiar that he was called upon to take that one. Feeds in Santos! Flashed right across the face, Ryan! And then Danilo tried to set it, but in vain. And Nusa ran away with it. Vinicius Junior flicks it away from Hagen. And just too far beyond.
They really do look sharp when they nick the ball in their own half, Brazil, don't they?
Ødegaard kept from goal. Now Ødegaard! Saw a shaft of light at the near post.
Well, they haven't got the ability to...
Nusa, Haaland! Trying something deft.
Yeah, had to...
This was Junior let that one. Haaland. Ødegaard, angle was tidy, wins a corner.
Well, they've had the moments, Norway. Not quite as many as Brazil, but finishing the half well.
It broke for Ødegaard, who thundered it into the midriff of Alisson.
But whenever the ball comes up to...
He's got to the byline and the ball is beyond the byline.
Christopher Ayer telling his opponent that he felt he went to ground far too easily. There's the shirt pull.
This one he's got away with. And that'll do for the first half, and this game is beautifully on edge, goalless though it is. Nyland is Norway's hero for a penalty save, which followed on from Ayer's late challenge on Cunha. Martin Ødegaard has come closest. So let's have a look at some of the numbers here. The half-time statistics illustrating interestingly that Norway have had more of the possession than Brazil have, for all Brazil's fated potency, Alan.
Yeah, they've had a fair bit of the ball in less dangerous areas, a long way from goal, as Brazil have just stepped back. But certainly Brazil on the counter have looked more dangerous.
There is this extraordinary jeopardy that really only the World Cup brings to this extent of win or go home. Two fabulous sets of supporters inside this ground. One of them will be no longer with us in an hour and a half from now. High stakes. Welcome back to New Jersey, where we have news for you. Brazil 0, Norway 0 was the half-time score. Interestingly, Norway have made two offensive changes, both wide changes. Those of Solot from the right and Nusa from the left. Those original 9 are being joined respectively by Oscar Bob, wearing 22, and Andreas Schelderup, wearing 21. For each of them, that is unsurprising. They've both been thoroughly involved. They both started the game against France. And so it's still on edge, and it is still to be snatched, this game. How do you read the Norwegian? Welcome back to New Jersey, where we have a shot which was a long way off target.
Yeah, less said about the shot the better, but he does give...
Wilson will take. Wilson, and wins a corner. Or hopes he does. The call has gone against him.
They feel it's come back off. Vinicius Junior. Those Norway defenders.
Celebs are queuing up to be here. Woody Harrelson, the great Texan. Cheers, Woody. Kept at bay.
Not surprised there's going to be a change here. They've been passing.
That was! But he couldn't come up with a finish. He has just crossed the white line, and he had the moment to make the difference. And some... Hendrick. Pushed against Hegeman behind for a corner.
Well, he might have missed a chance, but there's been a step up in their tempo, Brazil's, since he came on. They certainly needed to lift.
كرة خطيرة خطير خرج ولم يخرج خرج من مرمى ويا ريت ما خرج هكذا يقول البرازيلي خطورة الله على فرص قد يندم حيث لا ينفع الندم فرص بتضيع لمنتخب النرويج في البرازيل دانيلو سانتوس نيمار يدخل كبير هدافي البرازيل عبر كل التاريخ ربما هذا ما تحتاجه الآن فترة طبعا الراحل عن فترة انتقاض أنفاس وطبعا فترة يبدأ يشرب نفسه ويقول لهم أنا وأنتم محتاجين نتعش إذا بكرة البرازيل كثير النرويج الله الفايكنج اسما على مسمى المحاربون اسما على مسمى محاربون أشداء يعرفون ما يريدون في أعالي البحار هو انتظر هذه اللحظة
Danilo, Casemiro right across the face.
Well, just when you need a bit of composure, you'd expect Casemiro to provide it, but he's just lashed it across goal. He didn't need this kind of power. He's trying to pick out Neymar.
Haaland! Oh, wonderful! He has nailed it for Norway! Their greatest day! Their mightiest hero! And Brazil are broken!
ولا عزاء للبرازيل ولا عزاء لعشاق البرازيل ويوما قال نيلسون رودريغيز
It's getting twitchy and tetchy. Brazil are infuriated. They know what this is going to mean to millions and millions who wear the yellow shirt. Now there's an arm up there. And has he pointed at the spot here?
Look.
There's certainly a question being asked. Perhaps his concern was merely...
Kind of both jumped with their arms up, but...
Vestergaard's elbow.
He got up the higher.
Neymar rolls it in. Is there time now? Is there time?
Well,
for him, a little badge of honour. Norway just smashed up towards Haaland. The greatest Viking victory. Norway break new ground. Haaland has blown away Brazil. He smiles, and the whole world smiles with him. It's getting twitchy and tetchy. Brazil are infuriated. They know what this is going to mean to millions and millions who wear the yellow shirt. Now there's an arm up there. And has he pointed at the spot here? There's certainly a question being asked.